Yo, what's up guys, Grim here. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the sextant prices and how it kind of impacts our decision on the Atlas. Because the yellow sextants are getting quite expensive. There's a lot of demand for them right now, and it's almost getting to the point where I'm not sure if they're quite worth it to put on the maps at these prices. So here's the prices currently on Abyss Softcore. It'll be a little bit different if you're on Hardcore, obviously. But if you want to buy some sections right now, you're going to be paying around 3 to 4 chaos for the sextants, which is quite a lot. Most of the time I've been mapping, I've been buying them at 2 chaos each or 2.5 chaos at worst. So at 3, you're kind of getting a bit borderline, and at 4, you definitely you're getting up there in terms of how much you're investing in your maps, and it might not be worth it. Not to worry though, we can kind of adjust our strategy in terms of what we're doing on the Atlas. We can basically kind of min-max how many yellow sections we're using and kind of cut back on our usage so that we can almost get to the point where we're sustaining our yellow sections instead of having to buy them. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So basically, I've been running everything with all the maximum yellow sections I can on it, but now, as of today, I've been cutting back a little bit on atolls. I've only been running the 2 white sextants. Obviously, on dunes, we don't sextant that at all. And then on our T13 here, Infested Valley, you just put this one on over here. It's got very good blocks. And then obviously on our T14, we are still using sextants. That's because these ones have a chance to drop the T15s, which we really want a lot of, and on the boss a T16 map, which is a Guardian map, which is worth 15 to 30C, which sells it for a lot. And then finally at T15, you always want to sextant your T15 with yellows, unless they're like 4 or 5C. But even then, it's probably worth it because these bad boys drop the Guardian maps constantly, and if you get like a Minotaur or a Phoenix, that's worth 25 to 30C, and that's basically massive returns. So you always want to be sextanting your T15 maps. It's a real big money maker, and it's how I've made a lot of my money this league. But as for a toll and some of the lower tiers, you can afford to cut away the yellow sextants if you need to. So yeah, just the white ones on there. And you'll notice because you run a lot more T11s, 12s, and 13s than the 14s and 15s, you'll actually start to build up your sextant pool because they'll drop naturally for you in the maps. And you can almost get to like kind of a medium point where you are sustaining enough sextants to do the higher maps, but while not putting them on the lower maps. Having said that, if the sextant prices go back below 3 chaos per yellow, I will start sextanting at all again, and it'll be super good. It is a little bit different if you're trying to build a map pool though, obviously. If you're trying to do that, I would just recommend just putting them on anyway, as long as they're not 4 chaos. If you can get them for 3 chaos, it's probably worth it to build your map pool. So yeah. As for like why they might be so expensive, I'm pretty damn sure it's because of Vault. A lot of people are running the hell out of Vault, and this thing chews up sextants like nobody's business. It's ridiculous. I've seen people, and I've tried it myself. You can basically throw a bunch of sextants on vaults. It's got 6 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows. And the way it works is in the last video, if you watched about sextant mods, you'll notice there's like 6 to 10 really good ones which you can choose from. And when you take 5 of them out and you still have the bad ones in there, when you're rolling, the chance for you to get a bad one on the next one is actually very higher. So very much higher. So each like sextant that you add to the map you're doing, so like from 5 to 6, is just going to make it way harder to fully sextant up the map. So Vault chews them up like nothing. You can sometimes get lucky and do it in 10. Sometimes you'll spend 20 doing 3 maps. And at the current prices, that's just ridiculous. I don't think there's any way to make back the money. And that is actually the main reason I didn't shape Vault. If you want to be really frugal, you can actually change up your strategy a little bit on the Atlas. Um, you can take off all your T10s from the map, and then you can shape up Channel. Channel is a very good map, and then that can have 4 white sextants on it, and you can just leave out the yellows completely. The reason that Channel is so good as well is because it drops the humility divination card, which you can cash in for tabula rasa and then vendor that for divine orbs. I still don't like it though. The layout isn't great in my opinion, and if you're not running something like Cosprey Discharge or something like that, it can be a little bit slow. So for most builds, I still recommend a toll. If you're like a high roller and you really want to like try the odds. You can do Vault, but it costs a lot right now to run it. I would stick with just doing your tier 11s to 15s, do all the low ones, build up the map pool all the way to 15, sextant it up, get some Guardian maps going, and then flog those for a nice little profit there. So yeah, that's just kind of like a little tip. Make sure you're not overpaying for your sextants. Hopefully you guys learned something here, and hopefully you guys are making more money because of these videos. I really like making them, and it seems like you guys really like watching them as well. Just a little tip, sorry, a little addition here. In one of my past videos, I mentioned that Beyond Monsters drop maps. They do not. I put it in the description, but you can't add annotations on YouTube anymore, so that's a bit of a problem. So yeah, you can stop commenting on that one. I'm sorry guys, I know that. Also, just a quick addition as well is blue monsters, so the one with the blue text will drop +1 maps. The rare monsters as well will drop +1 maps as well. The only mobs that can drop +2 maps are brown unique monsters. It's very important, and in addition to that, they can't go over the cap. So if you have like an Atlas bonus, by the way, what I'm trying to say is, so with the Atlas bonus, so say you're in a atoll, you kill the boss, it would drop a T13 map at its maximum, so the +2 kind of thing going on. You can't get a T14 from it because of your Atlas bonus. So yeah, that's just a bit of clarification there. Thanks for watching guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, which is coming up about sextant blocks today.